It will proceed to set up our router. The first thing we're going to do is to create a new user. To do that, we'll go to System, Users, create a new user, or thing. We'll give him full rights and set a password. Apply. 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 Because of vulnerability and a lot of people having access to the admin profile and being the default login details for Mikrotik, we are going to disable the admin user account. To check that what we have done is in order, we log out and log in again. Okay. Just to yeah, we are in now. That means we've been able to set up a new user profile to log into the Mikrotik router. That's the first thing we do in the basic configuration. The next thing we do is to configure the LAN interface of the router and the wireless interface of the router. The next thing we are going to do is to configure IP addresses on our interfaces. The interfaces of interest here are the ETA 1, the LTE, and the wireless interface. Now, for this basic configuration, what we need to do is to create a bridge. Go to Bridge, click on Add Bridge, apply OK. You go to Ports, click on Add Port, add ETA 1 to the bridge, and also add you notice now that immediately we added ETA 1 to the bridge, the router resets, or our access to the router resets, because we are logged onto the router using the ETA 1 port. Funny thing that happens is that each time you add a port to a bridge, it tends to reset that port, that interface. So now we add another port to the bridge. This time around is the wireless interface to the bridge. The next thing we now do is to configure an IP address for this bridge. The IP we're going to assign is 192.168.5.3/24. Having confirmed that the LTE interface is up and configured, the next thing we need to do is to test the connectivity to the internet. This is assuming that we have data, or we have airtime, or we have a running profile on the SIM card, on the LTE SIM that we have inserted into the SIM slot. Everything being, it's assumed that we have data, and that the provider has given us access to the internet. So to test this at this stage, you go to terminal and try to ping any website. Try to ping any website. Ping yahoo.com. Ping nairaland.com. Ping CNN. The next thing we have to do is to enable DHCP server. To do this, we'll go to IP DHCP server, DHCP setup. Next. Next. The next in line is to configure the wireless access points, to protect the wireless access points, to secure the wireless access. The next thing is to secure the wireless access point. So we go to wireless. On the wireless, the first thing we need to do is to create a security profile. You click on the security profile, you add a new profile. You add a new profile. On the mode of authentication, you choose dynamic keys. You check WPA PSK and also check WPA 2PSK. This is what I always advise that we use. The WPA PSK is older. There are more devices. There are still devices that are using this authentication, while the newer one, the WPA2 PSK, is more recent and more secure and harder to break. You type, leave everything the way it is. Password, appreciate key. You apply. That's it. Go back to the wireless interface and click on the physical wireless interface. Change the profile. Go to general. Change the SSID. apply. Okay. Having configured the DHCP and everything, the next is for us to test. It's for us to test the access points that we just configured and see if we're able to browse. Hula is working. We are good to go. To check the configurations, you use export to see what's already configured. Here you can see the model of the router, the serial number of the router, the version of the OS, the version of the OS, the bridge name, we could have changed the Mikrotik, the router name, our password, our preferred password, and everything that we have actually configured is here. You see it. Thank you for listening, and we hope to bring you again another exciting tutorials on Mikrotik Router OS.